If you've been trading for a while now and you're wondering why you're not profitable, why you're not consistent, why you're not seeing success, then this video is for you. Because I know exactly how that feels, and I also know exactly how it feels to break free from the struggle and live your dream life. Yo guys, what's going on? We are back with another motivational video, and this one is going to be specifically about why you haven't made it in trading yet. It's not going to be specific motivation, but it's going to be a few minutes, 20 minutes or something, telling you what you're doing wrong and how you can improve to get to the next level. Okay, now I know it's been a while since I've done these videos. I think it's been over a month, but we're back. I've just been busy, but we're back, and I'm going to make sure I do one of these every single week. So let's get right into it. Now, the first reason why you probably still haven't seen success in trading is because you've set your expectations way too high from the beginning. Okay, you think that you're going to become successful in your first couple of months of learning. You think that you see all of these gurus online who are making millions from trading, right? Like me living in Thailand. You see all of this and you think it's possible, you think it's easy. And then you learn for 1, 2, 3 months and you question after that why you're not successful. But this, guys, I can promise you, is the reason why you aren't successful. The difference from someone who becomes successful from somebody maybe like you watching who is questioning why they're not successful is simply because they don't set a time limit on their success. They simply just let it play out in God's hands, and then they wait and see when they're successful, and when that happens, then they're grateful for that. But the worst thing you can do, especially when learning a skill like trading, which is so demanding on your mental and your emotional side of things as well, is get frustrated when you don't hit your goals in a certain amount of time. Because the truth is, everybody is totally different when it comes to learning how to trade. Nobody is going to learn at the same pace as you. Even two twins who are learning the same strategy, one of them might learn it quicker than the other. And that's because trading is totally subjective, based on your understanding, your mentality, your emotions, your psychology. It's totally subjective to the person learning. And nobody's experience is going to be the same as yours. And that's why if you're comparing yourself to somebody like me, who was able to become successful in about a year of really, really working hard, then you're probably not going to be successful. Whereas if you just believe in the journey itself and trust the process, that's when the success will come. But not from wanting it to happen after X amount of months. Because trust me guys, that's not the way to go about it. When I first learned how to trade, back in the day, I was wanting to be successful in about a month or two, and I didn't see any success for at least the first couple of months, at least 7, 8 months. I saw no success. Now, of course, at the time I was annoyed, I was frustrated, but I kept on going because I believed in myself, and that was enough to keep going through those hard times and push to the point where I'm at now, where I'm funded over 6 figures, well over 6 figures, and can live in Thailand and trade full time. And now the second reason you're probably not successful is because you haven't actually put in enough work as you should be doing. For example, have you actually got yourself a mentor? Have you actually invested in your own education learning how to trade? Or have you just been sitting on YouTube, watching videos like this, taking in information, but not acting on it? I guarantee that's what 80% of you watching this video are doing right now. You're watching videos, you're trying to learn for free, you're trying to learn how to trade the easy way, when that's realistically not the best way to learn. Now, I'm not saying this to sell you my course or my products in any way. I'm just saying this because this is how I learned how to trade. I paid for a mentor. I paid money to somebody to teach me how to trade, okay? And that worked for me. And this has also worked for countless other people as well. I know people, and actually, in fact, I'd say 90% of the people I know who are successful, they've paid money for mentors. Now, this is not a bad thing. Having courses and having a mentor is such like a negative thing these days, but it really is not a bad thing. You're paying for somebody's education who's spent years and years and years trying to perfect this skill. You're paying for them to shortcut all of that time learning that they've gone through. And that's how you become successful fast. That's how I became successful fast. So if you're watching this video and you're questioning, should I buy this guy's course? Should I buy this guy's course? Whoever's videos or whatever you want to, education, I don't really mind. But the point is, right, investing in yourself is not a bad thing. Originally, right, before I learned how to trade, I didn't want to pay money either. I didn't want to pay this guy to learn how to trade from him thousands of dollars. But you need to understand that the reason these people are in the position that you want to be in is because they probably paid somebody money as well to get into that position themselves. So why are you not doing the same thing that they've done? What makes you think that you're special, that you can somehow learn everything they know without putting in the effort, without learning exactly what they did to get there? Now, yes, of course, there's exceptions. Yes, of course, you can learn for free on YouTube. ICT has an amazing free mentorship. TGR has an amazing free mentorship. I have a free mentorship on my YouTube as well, okay? But in my opinion, if you really want success fast, paying for a mentor to guide you through the journey and correct you on your mistakes is the best way, hands down, to master trading. Now guys, the next thing I want to speak about is that most traders actually quit before they see success. In trading, you need to think about it like this. It's not a linear curve of progression, okay? Trading is one of the most stupid, retarded, impossible things to learn in the world, okay? It's not like dropshipping where, you know, you master one store, you replicate the same skill and you keep on scaling up. It's not like that at all. Trading can literally take you years and months to see success. And only once you've put in the graft and you've got to the top of the mountain, the very, very top, where you're stressed, where you're literally depressed, where you're borderline suicidal and you want to quit, okay? That's when you'll see the success happen. That's when you're going to see success. When you put in all of the work and you think it's never going to happen. And even though you've wanted to quit, you've kept on going. That's when eventually you'll see success, okay? You need to push yourself. You need to literally get to your breaking point where you want to quit, where you think this is a scam. That's when you've given it your all. That's when it's actually going to work out eventually for you, okay? But you have to go there, you have to push yourself. That's the only way to become successful. And now leading on from this, one of the main reasons why people don't actually become successful and get to that point where they push themselves hard enough is because people give up. About 80% of the way there, they might change strategy. They might see bad market conditions like we're currently in right now. Okay, we're currently in very, very bad conditions. With Trump messing up the market, everything is way bad. That doesn't make any sense, but it's not good, okay? And if you're giving up at this point, when you've literally given everything you can, after seeing a few months of bad conditions, you quit. You've literally wasted months and years of your life. For what? To go back to your 9 to 5? The worst case scenario, if you're learning how to trade, is you go back to being average and working a 9 to 5 job like everybody else, like you were doing before learning how to trade. So why would you ever quit? If the worst case, and I say this over and over again because it's true, and this is what I believe, and this is why I became successful. The worst case scenario for me was that I go back to university and get a degree and do what everyone else was doing and live like a normal person. So the worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out for you, is you go back to being normal. And the best case scenario is you literally change your life, you have a paradigm shift, you change your family's life forever, and you become successful at trading. So why would you ever quit? No matter the strategy, no matter the market conditions, just never give up. And that's how you'll become successful. And I know so many people right now probably watching this video who maybe, you know, you've been currently learning a strategy and you're thinking, does the strategy actually work? It works, bro. And the only thing I can actually say and prove this to you that every strategy works is if there's one person, if it's just one person out of the entire world who uses a strategy and is successful with that strategy works, okay? Because if he can do it, you can do it. You just haven't put in the effort to become like him who can master that strategy. So the point I'm trying to make is every strategy works. And even if you think it doesn't, it's because you haven't put in the effort yourself. Not him teaching you the strategy because it works for him. Not this other guy who's teaching you the strategy because he's put in the effort. You just haven't put in enough effort to see success at that strategy. And leading on from this, the worst thing you can do, have you not put in the effort, is quit that strategy and jump onto another one. Is literally, I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. This is all on the spot, by the way. Changing your strategy is like getting to your third year in university, okay? Your third year, your final year, you're about to get that degree. You're about to sit your exam and pass that degree. And you decide last minute, nah, let's change. Let's change and start all over again. That's literally what it's like. That's literally what you're doing. You're saying to yourself, I put months and months and years of hard work into this strategy. But you know what? The conditions aren't good. I'm sorry. It makes me laugh because now that I understand, and by the way guys, I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in the position where I wanted to change strategy. But guys, to this day, I still trade the exact same strategy, the exact same way that I learned to begin with from my original mentor. Nothing's changed. And it's because I understand that if you've worked so hard to achieve success in that strategy, okay, you've got to your final year of university, year 3, you're about to sit the exam. Why would you then stop and learn a new subject or learn a new strategy, right? When you put it like that, it doesn't make any sense. So why would you ever do it? The only reason you would do it is because you're doubting yourself and you're not believing enough in yourself. And that's why you quit. Because you can't believe that it's possible. You yourself don't believe it's possible, and that's why you blame others. That's why you blame the strategy. That's why you blame your mentor. That's why you blame this, and this. Because you don't have enough confidence in yourself to keep on going to be successful. Simple as that. Now guys, one final push of motivation, okay, just to tell you guys to keep on going, is I was in your position, okay? I was literally at university 2 years ago, okay? And 1 year ago, I moved to Thailand. I'm literally getting memories right now on my phone to this day of when I moved to Thailand 1 year ago. Okay, that trip, moving out here, changed my life forever. And I've been here ever since, okay? And you can experience this as well. And that's why I make these videos, okay? I make these videos to speak to my younger self who, you know, wanted to find a way out, to find a way to succeed, okay? But he never found it until he was about, what, 18 and a half is when I started learning, okay? So if you're watching this video, no matter your age, the point is, you can do this. You literally can do this. And to think that you can't, and to blame somebody else for your failures is all down to you and a lack of confidence in yourself. If I can do it, you can do it as well, okay? And that's what I want you guys to understand. Every person who becomes successful is not special in any sort of way. In fact, I would actually argue that most of the successful people I know, to be honest, they're quite stupid. Like, the reason why people become successful, right? And this is actually true if you look at statistics. I don't know the exact stats, but who do you think is going to be more successful? Someone who messes around in school, who's intelligent but messes around and doesn't focus in school, or someone who is only caring about hitting the top marks in every single subject they study and, you know, working 9 to 5 for the rest of their life, right? I'll tell you who. The person who's a bit weird, who's a bit crazy, who's a bit of a, you know, immature guy and is messing around in class, he's the guy who'll be successful because he doesn't care about what other people think of him. And that's how you have to be when it comes to trading, okay? Stop caring what people think of you. Stop trying to, you know, like, I don't really know where I'm trying to go with this, but, right, the thing is, I'm lost, right? But hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, okay? And just understand, guys, that I did this. My friends have done this. Jay's done this. Dan's done this. So many of my friends have done this, okay? And you can literally do the same. Moving out to Thailand changed my life. But you know what changed my life more? Was taking the risk to learn how to trade in the first place. If I hadn't have taken that risk, if I hadn't have locked in, if I had given up, then I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be a full-time trader. I wouldn't be living my literally dream life. And it's all started from taking the risk and paying for my first ever mentor and learning how to trade. Simple as that. There's no fluff. There's nothing else I'm missing out. Literally taking the risk and investing in a mentor to learn how to trade gave me everything here. And you can do the exact same, okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to learn with me one-on-one, then hit the link below in the description and you can potentially, just like me, change your life and move out to Thailand as well. Because I know that's probably your dream. If you follow me, or if you've been following me for a while, you see the life, you see how I'm living at 21 years old, right? Like I've said, you can do this as well if you just look in and learn how to trade. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.